guys, so now this is pretty amazing question and one of the best, right? Based on this question is based on recursion. Pretty important. Now let's see how we're gonna solve this. Okay, so we have to find the value of f5. So initially we'll take this 5 and that gets stored in this function. So here the value of n is 5. So initially we are calling this function 5, right? Now when you call this function, here the value of n is 5. So this condition becomes false, so we will go to this loop. So in this loop, see, k is equal to 1, 1 less than 5 condition is true. You execute this statement. This is part of your for loop and this is part of your function. So this loop continues till 1 less than 5. So 2 less than 5, 3 less than 5, 4 less than 5. We will be calling this recursive function. So now let's solve this. So when n is equal to 5, we're going to solve this. X is equal to, see, value of x initially is 1. 1 plus function value of k is 1. See, I am calling this function 1 less than 5. I have to call the same function when 2 less than 5. Similarly for 3 less than 5 and then for 4 less than 5, I'll be calling this function. So 1 plus function, the value of k is 1. So 1 multiplied by function n minus k. So value of n is 5. 5 minus 1 is 4, right? Now, similarly, when you call this function for 2 less than 5, it becomes what? It is x is equal to, now x is equal to 2 less than 5, we'll be calling then 3 less than 5, 4 less than 5. Now we have to call this function. X is equal to 1 plus function 1 into f4. Now since the value of n is 4, now we will have to call this function. Right. Now when you call this function, what happened? Just for sake of simplicity, I am also writing the steps, these steps here, so that it will be easier for you to understand. See, when x is 1, 1 less than 4, condition true, 1 less than 5, condition true, this is your statement. Now when k becomes your 2, then x is equal to your x plus function 2 multiplied by function n minus k, value of n is 5. 5 minus k is 2, that is 3. Now for this when k becomes 3, then your x is equal to x plus function 3 into function 5 minus 3 is 2. Now for this, I am writing it here, x is equal to x plus function 4, because the value of k is 4 here, right? These are values of k, into your f1, right? So this is what happening, but for this x, we have to take the value of x into consideration, right? See, this here x is not 1. This x is x we are getting by solving this statement. After this we have this, after this we have this. So this x is basically this, right? This x is basically whatever value we are getting from this, and this x is basically this, the value we are getting from the previous statement, right? Now we'll solve this f4. Now once we solve f4, again the same process continues. Here the value of n is 4. When we enter inside this function, x is equal to 1. So if n is equal to 1, your condition becomes false. Again we're going to evaluate this statement. So when we evaluate this statement, here I'm writing that my k is like 1 less than, similarly 1 less than 4, 2 less than 4 and 3 less than 4. I will have to evaluate this statement. Now once I evaluate k equals to 1 less than 4, what will happen? See, x is equal to 1 plus function value of k is 1, f1 multiplied by n minus k. 4 minus 1 is your 3, right? This is when k is equal to 1. Similarly, this also I am writing when k is equal to 2, then your x is equal to x plus function 2 multiplied by 4 minus 2. See, n is what? 4, yeah. 4 minus 2 is your 2. Done. Now similarly, when k is 3, now when k is 3, k is equal to 3, x is equal to x plus function 3 multiplied by function 1. So this is this statement. Now we'll have to solve this. It's pretty complicated, right guys? Now we will have to solve this f3. Now when you solve f3, again we will have to solve this for k is equal to 1 less than 2, 1 less than 3, 2 less than 3. Now we will be solving when value of k is 1, this is for k is 2. So 1 less than 3, your x is equal to 1 plus function k is what? 1 multiplied by function 3 minus 1, 2. Now when 2 less than 3, we will have to solve this again. So when we solve this, x is equal to your x plus function 2 into 3 minus 2, that is function 1. Fine. Now we will have to solve this f2. Now once we solve f2, there is only one condition, 1 less than 2. We're going to solve this for 1 less than 2. So x is equal to 1 plus your f1 into your f1. Fine. Now what we're going to do for these rest of the terms is we're going to put the value we are getting from f4, f3 from this expression only, and we're going to directly put that values to all these expressions. So what f1, when you call f1 function n is equal to 1, so return x. So what is the value of x? X is 1. See, when you call this function f1, here n is 1. So x is 1. 1 is equal to 1, your condition true. So we're returning x. We are returning x means we are returning 1. So this is 1 multiplied by, this is also 1. So 1 multiplied by 1 is what? 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So when you call this f2 function, what value gets returned to this f2 is your 2. So this 2 gets returned. Now when you call f1, what happens? Your 1 gets returned. So 2 multiplied by 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So here the value of x is 3. Now after this you're going to move to this side, right? Now when you move to this side, you will have to use the value of x here. So x is 3. So this is 3 plus f2. You know what f2 return? f2 return 2. And f1 returns what? 1. So 3 plus 2, what it is? 5. So 5 is getting returned to your main function f3. f3 function. For f3, you are solving for what? You are solving for 1 less than 2, 1 less than 3, and you are also solving for 2 less than 3. So when you solve the entire, when k becomes what? 3 less than 3, your condition is false, so it is going to return x. So what is the value of x? 3 plus 2, that is 5. So that's stored in f3. So value of f3 is 5 now. Now this is 5. Now 5 into f1 is what? 1. 5 into 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 6. So I'm writing 6 here, right? So x value is 6 here. But before that, you remember that for f3, 5 was returned. For f2, your 2 was returned, right? Now here the value of x is 6. Now for this, I'm going to solve. X is 6. So 6 plus, for f2 it returned what? 2. So 2 into 2 is 4. So 6 plus 4 is what? 10. So here the value of x becomes your 10. So till now value of x is 10. Now replace that here. X is 10 plus your f3 return what? 5. And your f1 returns what? 1. So 10 plus 5 is 15. And that 15 you're returning to the main function f4. So you should know that f4, what is happening? It is returning 15. So here comes your 15 for this. Right. So x is equal to 1 plus f1 into f4, 15, that is 16. So this is 16. Now this x is 16 plus f3 return what? 5, and f2 returns what? 2. 16 plus 10 is your 26. So here is 26. Then for this, 26 plus f3 returns what? 5. f2 returns 2. 26 plus 10 is, that is your 36. Now 36 plus your f4 returns what? 15. 36 plus 15 is 51, and that final value going to return to your function f5. Therefore the value of f5 is 51. I think this question is pretty amazing, right? So you must pay focus a lot on this question. And अगर यार तुम्हें चैनल पसंद है, तुम्हें लगता है कंटेंट कहीं पे YouTube पे अवेलेबल नहीं है, अगर अवेलेबल हो तो यार प्लीज डू नॉट सब्सक्राइब, गो एंड वॉच द चैनल. बट यस, अगर तुम्हें चीजें पसंद आ रही है, कुछ समझ में आ रहा है, तो प्लीज डू शेयर, प्लीज डू लाइक, एंड प्लीज आस्क योर फ्रेंड, इनको जरूरत है यार, दैट कम एंड सब्सक्राइब टू दिस चैनल बिकॉज़ द कंटेंट इज रियली ओरिजिनल एंड यू आर नॉट गोना फाइंड दीस क्वेश्चंस एनीवेयर एल्स, राइट? So thank you guys, take care, bye.